All right, welcome to your 2021 open enrollment. Here are the items that we're going to review today. So there's a change from your medical plan going from Aetna to Blue Cross Blue Shield. We'll go over your dental and vision options that had no change in premium or benefits. Then we'll go over the voluntary products. There's some significant changes there. We're moving from Unum to MetLife, and then some exciting changes and opportunities with Aflac. Open enrollment starts today and will terminate on December 17th. So we ask that you complete all of your forms and have them returned to us by the 17th or before for processing. Housekeeping items here, just some reminders in regards to eligibility. Who is eligible for coverage? Aside from yourself, a legal spouse, domestic partner, or children up to the age of 26. Now for the children up to the age of 26, they are covered until the last day of the month in which they turn 26. Once that happens, they will be offered COBRA, and they can COBRA the benefit or go on to a different plan. The benefits that you'll review and enroll in are effective January 1, 2021 until December 31st, 2021. During those 12 months, you cannot make any changes to those pre-tax benefits, medical, dental, vision, unless you have a qualified event. Some of the examples of those are marriage, birth of a child, divorce, loss of coverage. We ask that you contact your HR representative, Jasmine Castillo, here at CBR, at least 31 days from the date of the event, so you have the ability to review your plans, your options, and potentially make changes. If you exceed the 31 days, you will have to wait until the next open enrollment period to make changes. All right, we have quite a few medical plans to go over, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. We are moving to Blue Cross Blue Shield. So the two plans that are on this screen are on the PPO national network or statewide network. So this encompasses all of the United States. The first plan is a PPO 2500, and that is the individual deductible, and 5,000 is the family deductible. So on this plan, what's going to trigger your deductible are the major medical events, such as hospitalization, inpatient, outpatient surgeries. If you go to the emergency room and have to spend the night, that's going to trigger your deductible. MRIs, CAT scans, all major diagnostic type testing is going to trigger your deductible, and durable medical equipment. So those are the items that are going to trigger your deductible. Now, if you meet your deductible during the plan year, then you're going to go into the cost share coinsurance, and you're going to pay 20% of costs until you reach that maximum out of pocket. So the maximum out of pocket is $6,350 for an individual, $12,700. Now, the deductible, the coinsurance, and all copays go towards meeting that out of pocket maximum. So if you met your deductible, the out-of-pocket maximum is reduced by that amount. Also, the coinsurance that you pay goes towards meeting that out-of-pocket maximum in every single copay. All of the plans have preventative care services. That's age-appropriate screenings, lab work, immunization, testing, all covered at 100% without any out-of-pocket expenses. That's going to be for all of the plans. On this plan, your office visit, your regular doctor visit, walk-in clinic is going to be a $35 copay, and specialist $60. Now, during the pandemic or until the pandemic is over, if you are able to schedule the regular doctor visits or specialist visit virtually, it will be at zero copay. So some savings there for you. Urgent care is going to be $75 per visit. An emergency room is $250 per visit. And again, if you have to be admitted into the hospital, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to pay that $250 and they will apply it towards your deductible, or they're going to waive it and then you're going to start to pay towards the deductible. Pharmacy is available before the deductible. So you have generic medications and you're going to pay up to $10 for those generic type medications. Your brand name preferred up to $35 and brand name non-preferred $60 or $120 depending on the type of prescription it is. I do have the formularies available for all tiers, including the specialty. If you'd like to take a look at that, I can send it over to you. Under specialty, there are 4 additional tiers. So in total, you have 8 tiers under Blue Cross Blue Shield. Again, if you take a specialty type medication and you want to see where your particular prescription falls in those 4 tiers, send me an email and I'll send you the formulary. All right, the next plan is going to be a high deductible health plan. This is a 3,500, 80% high deductible health plan. On this plan, everything, all events, all services trigger your deductible. So this is an HSA qualified plan. So in this plan, the only thing that is not subject to your deductible is your preventative care, screenings, immunization, lab work, and testing, preventative drugs, and FDA-approved contraceptives. All of the prescriptions are going to be at full retail until you meet your deductible, and then they're subject to the copay. So this plan works with the first visit to any doctor, specialist, urgent care, emergency room. It's immediately going to trigger deductible. You're going to pay the contracted negotiated rate with those providers. If you meet your deductible in that plan year, you're going to pay 20% of all charges until you reach that maximum out of pocket of $5,950 as an individual, $11,900 as a family. If you meet that, then you're covered at 100% all services within that calendar year and in network. The high deductible health plan allows you to open an HSA or health savings account that you may put your pre-tax dollars in, and you use those dollars to pay for your medical services, dental or vision for yourself, spouse, and dependents. And we'll go over that in more detail in the next couple of screens. All right, we have another plan. This is the PPO 1000 Alliance. So this is a different network. So this is going to be the Blue Cross Blue Shield Alliance Network. This is an Arizona, Maricopa County type plan. If you have any dependents that are outside of the service area or outside of the state of Arizona, they can still be covered under this plan. They will default to the PPO National Network. If you're within the service area and you choose to go to an out-of-network provider, you will pay the out-of-network facility charges. So just keep that in mind. So the PPO National Network applies when you're out of the state, out of the service area, and that's when it's going to default. So keep that in mind when reviewing these plans. So PPO 1000, $1,000 is going to be the individual deductible, and 2000 is going to be the family deductible. Again, what's going to trigger the deductible is the major medical events, hospitalizations, surgeries, major diagnostic, MRIs, CAT scans, durable medical equipment. That's going to trigger your deductible. If you meet your deductible in the calendar year, then you're going to pay 30% of charges until you reach that maximum out of pocket of $4,000 as an individual or $8,000 as a family. And again, all of your copays, coinsurance, deductible, all go towards meeting that out of pocket maximum. Preventative care services covered at 100% for all members enrolled, age-appropriate screenings, lab work, and immunization. Your office visit, $25 for your regular doctor walk-in clinics or $50 for specialists. And again, if you can schedule those virtually, it's going to be at zero copay. Urgent care is $75 copay. Emergency room is $250 copay. And the same scenario, if you're admitted, you're going to start to pay towards your deductible. And then the pharmacy is exactly the same as the other plan. So those generic medications, 30-day supply up to $10 copay for the generic, brand name $35. The brand name non-preferred $60 or $120 depending on the prescription. And then there are 4 additional tiers under the specialty drugs. So I'm going to pause here for a moment, see if anybody has any questions on the benefits, on the medical benefits. Okay. We're going to go over the HSA or health savings account. So this is something that you want to open if you're going to be enrolling in that high deductible health plan. It is a good way to put money aside for your future health needs for yourself and your family. There are a few qualifiers to open an HSA, and I'll go over those. So first one, you must enroll in a high deductible health plan, which you have the opportunity to do so. Number 2, you cannot be covered under a different plan with a spouse, domestic partner, TRICARE access, a private exchange that has co-pays before the deductible. So if you're on a plan and you pay, swipe your card to copay for a doctor, pharmacy, urgent care before that triggers the deductible, you are excluded from being able to contribute towards an HSA. Also, you cannot be enrolled in any part of Medicare. You may be Medicare age. As long as you're not enrolled in any part of Medicare, you can still contribute to an HSA. Once you enroll in Medicare, you can no longer contribute to an HSA, but you can use those dollars to pay for qualified medical expenses, including Medicare premiums. And then finally, you cannot be claimed as a dependent on somebody else's tax return. So that's the criteria to being able to contribute towards an HSA. So the amount that you elect to go into your HSA is a pre-tax deduction. So it helps in lowering your taxable income. That money then goes into an account with UMB Bank. You own the account 100%. It is your money. It goes with you and it stays with you. If you leave the company, you take that account with you and those dollars with you. You can use those dollars to pay for qualified medical expenses for yourself, spouse, and dependent. You can also use it for dental, and you can also use it for vision. You can use it for anything your doctor writes you a prescription for. So if your doctor says, I think you would benefit from a yoga class, and the doctor is able to write you a script, you can use your HSA dollars to pay for that yoga class. So there's just a whole list of things that you can use those HSA dollars. Or you can stockpile it. Use it, just leave it in the account. It grows year over year. With UMB Bank, whom we partner with, once you reach $1,000 threshold in that account, you can start to invest those dollars. Any interest earned is going to be tax-free as well. Then once we reach a Medicare age and enroll in Medicare, we can use the HSA dollars to pay for Medicare premiums and qualified medical expenses. Similar to a 401k, start to withdraw funds without any tax penalties. So it's a triple tax savings vehicle, the only one in the United States right now. So really good benefits there. There are maximums, and the maximums that you can contribute towards an HSA or into your HSA account. So as an individual, your maximum is $3,600 for the 2021 plan year, and as a family, $7,200. Now, under IRS rules, a family is considered one plus. So it could be you, child, or you and a spouse or domestic partner, or an entire family. If you are 55 plus, you can add an additional $1,000, making it $4,600 and $8,200. Keep in mind, if both yourself, a domestic partner, or spouse are enrolled in a high deductible health plan and you file taxes jointly during the calendar year, you cannot exceed that $7,200 or $8,200 if you're over 55. Any questions on the health savings account or the high deductible health plan? Okay, next we're going to talk about the flexible spending account. So you have 3 medical plans, 2 of which have co-pays before deductible. Those are eligible for the flexible spending account. Your 3,500 high deductible health plan is paired with the HSA. The flexible spending account you can also enroll by itself without enrolling in any other benefits. It is a standalone option. So the flexible spending account, very similar to the HSA, is pre-tax deduction. So whatever you elect is deducted from your paycheck before taxes, helping in lowering your taxable income. One of the main differences between the two is the FSA here on the screen does have a use it or lose it provision. So if you leave the company, the card is turned off. You do not keep the funds. They do not go with you. Also, here on the screen, the FSA has a maximum carryover into the next policy year of $500. What that means is if on December 31st of that current plan year, you have, let's say, $800, you would lose $300 if you didn't spend it down to $500. Very important there. The maximum that you may elect on the FSA is $2,500, and the amount that you elect is loaded on that Visa card as soon as you get it, and then the amount is divided per pay period. So if you elect the full $2,500 for 2021, it would be divided by 26 because now you have 26 pay periods. That's what would be deducted from your paycheck. You can also use these funds to pay for qualified medical expenses for yourself, dependent, spouse, for medical, dental, and vision. The dependent care FSA, again, pre-tax dollars that you set aside that go into an account to pay for qualified daycare and elderly care services. Once the money is deducted from your paycheck, you can use that to pay for those services, or you can stockpile it and pay yourself at the end of the year. Any questions on the flexible spending account? Okay. Next is Blue Care Anywhere. So Blue Care Anywhere is going to be your new telemedicine provider starting in January. So today we know it is Teladoc under Aetna. It is changing to Blue Care Anywhere starting in January. You have the same type of services, board certified physicians available 24/7, 365. You also have counseling services and psychiatry services available. Until the end of the pandemic, when you utilize these services for yourself and any dependents enrolled in the plan, there will be zero copays. You will get additional information when you get your ID card with a welcome kit on how to access the telemedicine services. All right, you have several dental plans to go over, and I'm going to start with this one. This is going to be called a PPO base plan. So PPO base plan. So this has $1,500 to use towards your medical service, dental services for yourself and anybody enrolled in the plan. So if it's yourself, a child, and a spouse, each get $1,500 to use towards dental services. And then you have an additional $1,000 for child orthodontia, and that's a one-time lifetime benefit per child. Preventive care services, cleanings twice a year, space maintainer, sealants for the children, x-ray, those are going to be covered at 100%. Basic services is going to be cavities and emergency services. That's covered at 80% and you pay 20% of charges. And the major services is going to be everything else. Now, if you utilize the basic or major services, you will have a one-time deductible of $50 as an individual or $150 as a family. Two more dental plans here. So we have the PPO Buy-Up 1 plan. So again, $1,500 used towards dental services for yourself and each person enrolled. And now the child orthodontia goes up to $1,500. Preventative care services, still the same. Cleanings twice a year, x-rays, space maintainer, sealants. Those are covered at 100%. Basic services. Now, there are other services that fall into the basic services. Now, you're going to have the endodontics, periodontics, cavities, emergency services, all falling under the basic services, and those will be covered at 80%, and you pay 20% of those charges. And the major services is still going to be everything else, your crowns, dentures, implants. Those are all going to be under major services. Again, if you use those basic or major services, you are subject to that one-time deductible of $50 as an individual or $150 as a family. Then we have the PPO Buy-Up 2. So this one increases to $2,000 per person enrolled in the plan to utilize towards dental services. And now the orthodontia is $2,000 for children and adults. So it covers everybody. And this is a one-time lifetime benefit per person. So the preventative care services is the same. So your cleanings twice a year, x-rays, space maintainer, sealants for the children. And now your basic services is going to include a lot more services and now covered at 90%. And you're going to pay 10% of charges. And then the major services are still going to be those implants, crowns, and dentures. And those are now going to be covered at 60% and you pay 40% of those charges. And then that one-time deductible of $50 or $150 apply to basic or major services. Any questions on these three dental plans? All right, the final dental plan is the DHMO plan. So this DHMO plan does require you to pick a primary dentist. So each person enrolled in this plan may have their own dentist. This plan also has pediatric coverage for children up to the age of 8. After 8, they have to go to a regular dentist. So your preventative care services, which is your cleanings twice a year, are going to be covered at 100%. Additional cleanings are $45. Basic services, major services, and orthodontia and all other services are going to be covered at a fee schedule. So this is just a few examples of the fee schedule that's attached to the invite, a multi-page document. So you want to find your, what your treatment is going to be, the dental code, and the dollar amount associated with that is your expense. That's what you pay. That's why it's important to pick a dentist because they've already agreed to not charge them what's listed on the fee schedule. If you do not pick a dentist, Delta Care is going to assign one based on your home zip code, but you may change that dentist anytime during the plan year. Any questions on the dental plans? Vision plan, so no changes to the plan in the premiums or the coverages. So the eye exam is available every 12 months, and that's going to be a rolling 12 months. So that means if you went on March 1st, 2020 to get your eye exam, you do have to wait until March 1st of 2021 or thereafter to schedule your eye exam. And that's going to be at a $10 copay. Your frames available every 12 months. You have a $120 allowance to use towards the frames. Anything above that, you will get a 20% discount. Your lenses, and these are plastic lenses, single vision, bifocal or trifocal at a $10 copay. Contact lenses are available every 12 months in lieu of the lenses for your glasses. You have an $80 allowance and then a 15% discount above that. Medically necessary contact lenses are going to be covered in full. And when you're searching on the iMed site or the Delta Dental site, make sure you select the Insight Network. All right, life insurance. We do have some changes to the life insurance. We are moving from Unum to MetLife, so it does require a new enrollment form if you would like to transfer your coverage from Unum to MetLife. And I'll go over the enrollment form in just a minute. So eligibility, so employees working 20 plus hours are eligible for the voluntary life insurance. You can purchase up to 5 times your annual earnings up to $500,000. 5 times annual earnings up to $200,000 is guarantee issue. That means that you will not be subject to any medical underwriting or medical questions. And for the spouse, it's $25,000, and for children, $10,000. Benefit reduction is 0. So as we aged today with Unum, the benefits dropped significantly by 50%. With MetLife, it does not drop. So I'm going to bring up the forms just so everybody is aware and what it looks like. It is attached to the invite and it looks like this. It is the MetLife enrollment change form. So if you're currently enrolled, we need section 2 completed. And then term life and accidental death and AD&D, we need the appropriate box checked. If you want to keep what you have today, you can put in the box, keep the same, and we'll know to roll that coverage over. If you have questions as to what your coverage is, you can reach out directly to Jasmine Castillo at jcastillo@cbri.com. Her information is also on the invite, and ask her what your current coverage is. If you want to increase it, indicate the amount you're increasing it to, because we'll have record of your current coverage and we'll know what the increase is. Same applies for spouse or domestic partner and children. If you're enrolling for the first time, indicate in the box new enrollment. If you're increasing, change enrollment. If you're keeping the same, don't check any of the boxes, just write keep the same. So this is for the life insurance and AD&D. This is a 20-page document, so there's a lot of information in here. In the next few pages the next page is going to be the short and long-term indicator. If you're keeping it the same or enrolling for the first time, please indicate that here. As you go through this, you'll see additional information. Section 5 is going to be your beneficiary for the voluntary life insurance. Make sure you update, and also update as needed throughout the year. Then you will need a quick signature from you, and you can send that in to us, and that's all we'll need for the life insurance. If you're enrolling for the short-term or long-term disability and you want to know what that premium is, it is within these pages as well, as is the life insurance premiums. So the supplemental life insurance, you'll see an explanation of the coverages, limitations, and exclusions. And then as you go through this, you'll see the rates. Now, these are the rates for life. You do want to add the AD&D that will double your coverage in the event that you die due to accidental causes. Your beneficiary will get double the amount. So if you do $100,000 and you buy the AD&D, it doubles it to $200,000. So the AD&D is right here. So you just add that to the first amount, and that's what your premium will be per month. And then short-term and long-term disability are also on this form. Again, explanation, and then it has how to calculate the coverage. So there's a quick formula here, and the same applies to LTD. That's in the next couple pages. So again, you must complete this if you want to, 1, enroll in these coverages for the first time, or keep what you currently have with Unum. Any questions on the form? Okay, we're going to continue to the short-term and long-term disability. Again, it is moving to MetLife. So the short-term disability starts to pay at the 14th day of illness hospitalization. It covers 60% of your pre-disability earnings that are now going to be base, commission, and bonus, and it pays up to $1,000 a week. The maximum duration is 11 weeks, and there is a pre-existing clause, and I'll go over that at the end. The long-term disability starts to pay at the 90th day or the termination of the short-term disability. Again, 60% of your pre-disability earnings, up to $7,500 a month, and this coverage ends at age 65 or normal Social Security retirement age. The pre-existing condition, if you're currently enrolled in either of these two, you've met the pre-X. If you're enrolling for the first time, this does apply to you. So the pre-X is if you saw a provider, took medication, or were diagnosed with a condition 3 months before the effective date of the policy, and you went out on leave in 2021 with that same condition, it would be excluded for 12 months. So that's what the pre-existing limitation 312 means. EAP or Employee Assistance Plan is available to all employees. So I'm going to bring up a flyer because I have additional information in regards to the EAP and how to access the care and what it provides. So aside from the 3 face-to-face visits per incident per family member that is covered, you also get free legal services, concierge services, expert referrals. They have a pretty extensive and intuitive website that you can access with self-help videos, classes you can take, and a discount program for the employees. This is how you'll access the services, either phone, via web. You can scan the QR code. Your username is going to be CBR, all lowercase. Next is Jose, and I'm going to bring up some information in regards to the new AFLAC plans.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Also mute. Good morning, trusted care team. We are doing the open enrollment for AFLAC, and thank you, Leticia. We've done a few presentations. I've spoken with some of you over the phone since last open enrollment. Some had claims, some changes. So I'm going to highlight the new and improved products from last year to this year. So for some of you who are participating, this is going to be, we definitely have to talk to you to review what you currently have and, the savings. There's some bigger savings and bigger benefits payouts. So we can review the current offering. We have 4 products this year, 7 last year, but they've improved on the actual benefit coverage, and the price has been more competitive. So it's a little bit cheaper, but richer benefits. So let's start with the accident plan. So some of you know me, met with you either in the north or the south location. Some of them were over the phone. The accident plan, it's our most popular plan. People get hurt, people get injured when they are, I don't know, over the holidays. You might be, hanging Christmas lights, or a small, cut or burn if you're cooking, or somebody might throw out their bag while they're working out or hiking or ATV. And so the quacking dog pays cash benefits back to you for you being injured or receiving medical treatment after the injury. Or if you have a loved one, dependent child up to the age of 26, or your spouse, if either one of you in the family get hurt, seek medical attention, this plan is going to pay $200 the first night in the urgent care, or the first time you walk into the urgent care. Last year's plan paid $120, so that's definitely an increase on that one. So the first night in the hospital, if it's a severe injury, is $1,250. Last year's plan pay $1,250. Now it goes to $300 daily for any additional hospital stays due to injury. The intensive care goes to $400 a day. This one is all bundled in with any additional treatments you may receive, MRI, CT scans, any additional physical therapy, ongoing therapy. If you need to have inpatient surgical treatment, outpatient surgical, AFLAC has the benefits listed for that. And I'm going to send that out to you guys with the 14 pages of all the detailed benefits. But it's a very rich plan. It improves to a $50,000 accidental death benefit to you as the employee. And it does have a built-in wellness benefit, just like the old plan. So this plan has a lot richer benefits. It starts at $4 a week for an individual, for $10.45 a week for family. So definitely we want to review the current plan you may have. If you had the old accident plan, there'll be a conversion that we have to update you to. And this will begin on January 1st Okay, so 12/31 is your last day of coverage on the current plan. The next one is the hospitalization. Some of you picked up the hospital plan last year, and as you know, once you get admitted to a hospital bed due to your medical, your high deductible, whatever deductible that you're supposed to pay on, this plan is going to give you $2,000. We don't coordinate with your medical insurance, so this one is $2,000 for being admitted due to an illness or due to an injury. So if you have the accident plan and you have this one, they both are going to pay on the injury hospitalization. But if it's just due to sickness, this will kick in for $2,000. This one has a guaranteed issue plan this year. So if you currently have or have planned for a treatment, or you're going to be hospitalized, or you're currently pregnant and didn't have the old plan, and you want to look at this one, this will pay for the maternity after childbirth. So it does have a maternity benefit due to childbirth, $2,000. So this is a great plan if you were looking to family planning on this one. Guaranteed issue for any pre-existing medical. So any ongoing treatment, hospitalization due to that, it will be covered. So $2,000 is a flat number. It's pretty rich. It's our high level on this one. And it does have $200 accidental or injury or sickness additional admission up to 31 days, $200 for intensive care. This one also has a $50 wellness benefit for health screening for you and your loved ones. So once a year, $50 comes back to you for getting your adult wellness, physical. The next plan is the $30,000 maximum. This one has the old plan. We have two separate. We have the cancer plan protect, which some of you have, and then we also have the standalone heart attack plan, which is a kind of a critical event. This bundles both of them, the best of both worlds, put them all together, gives you the highest level we've ever offered through CBR, which is a maximum of up to $30,000 back to you in a case of a major heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, organ transplant, stroke, and includes cancer benefits, so it's internal or invasive cancer at 100%. Coronary bypass at a 25%, non-invasive cancer at 25%. This will pay off $15,000 on the low for you, and up to $30,000 maximum if you select it. Just to give you an idea, for the average age between 18 years of age to 40 is somewhere around between $2 a week to around $7, $8 a week. A little bit older, up to 65 or older, we're looking around $15 a week for that $30,000 coverage. You can play with that one. We can customize it. It is guaranteed issue. The only concern on this one will be if you're currently going through a treatment for cancer, and we'll disclose that one. It's a 12-month on that one. But pretty much, if you had a medical history with previous cancer, not currently going on treatment, any guaranteed issue for pre-existing for a previous heart attack or a stroke is also covered. So very rich. We're excited about this one. Those three plans all have a wellness benefit, and some of you already filed your this year. The short-term disability will stay the same. That protects your paycheck. Separate plan. It's individualized just for you. Protect your earnings. If you get sick or hurt, then you're out of work, including sickness, right? Like COVID case, AFA will pay 3 or 6 months. After the first day of an injury or after 7 or 14 days of sickness, you get to customize this plan. Our maximum benefit is $4,000 a year, $4,000 a month based on your annual income, and we pay 3 or 6 months of coverage. So it's a little bit. You can get less if you want. You can layer it up, but this plan is also guaranteed issued. So please, let's review these. I'm going to be. I don't know if the next page or the previous. Leticia and I are going to send out a follow-up with how to enroll this year. Just like we did last year, we did half and a half on site or half over the phone. This year we're doing mostly virtual. That way we don't go on site because of the COVID, but we can schedule a time and a date. I think at the bottom of the page you'll see I'm sending out the new link, but it'll have my contact, my phone number, the updated link, not the one that's on this one. I'll send out a separate new link that has been updated. We do have until the 18th, so we can help you. If you currently have the old plan, you probably received a letter. And if you did get a letter, please let me know. We want to talk to you, make sure we can compare the old plan versus the new plan, make sure you understand the change and how much more the difference. All the prices definitely went down. but you guys are getting richer coverage. So some of you might be interested in looking at those. All right, Leticia, any questions, by the way, on the AFLAC? I know some of you probably have any questions before I give it back. All right, Leticia, take it away.
Thank you so much, Jose.
Thanks.
All right, I'm going to go over the rest. Oh, I'm sorry, too fast. The rest of the voluntary products, and then I'll go over the enrollment form. The pet health care is available through United Pet Care, so they do contract with veterinarians throughout the valley to provide you discounts for your pets, and it includes dogs, rabbits, cats, pocket pets, reptiles. You do have to enroll online, and there's a flyer that is included in your packet under additional benefit offerings. And the flyer looks like this. You do go to the website. It's at the bottom of the page. You can enter the zip code and see if the veterinarian that you utilize today is already participating in the discount program. The next item is the Legal Shield and ID Shield. So Legal Shield is a suite of attorneys that you have available at your disposal for many things. Contract review, power of attorneys, litigation, emergency services. And then ID Shield protects you against identity theft. They monitor your credit and the World Wide Web, including the dark web, to make sure your information is not out there being used by somebody that shouldn't be using it. You can enroll in either of the plans together or separately for yourself or the family. So those are the voluntary products that are available. And then final steps. So in your invite, there is an enrollment form, and I'm going to bring that form up right now. We do ask that everybody complete it. Now your pay periods have changed from semi-monthly to bi-weekly, so you'll see that reflected in your deductions here for all the coverages, the medical, the dental, the vision. If you are going to be waiving, we still need information back from you. So your information in section A and then section F and G, and that's for waivers only. If you're enrolling spouse dependents, we do need their information, their name, date of birth, gender, and social security number, as we are required to collect that information. If you're enrolling in the high deductible health plan, which is going to be Plan 2, please indicate in this section C what your contribution is going to be towards your HSA. As a reminder, maximums are listed on the same square in section C as to what your maximum is per year. All of your dental plans are illustrated here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the DHMO, and then the vision, again, same scenario, waiving or enrolling, and then signature for waiving and signature section F and section G if you are waiving the coverages. Any questions on anything we've gone over so far? Okay, thank you guys so much for your, oh, there is a question, it looks like. Yes, the pricing is biweekly. Okay, thank you everybody. Have a wonderful day.